Hey, thank you for coming back. And today I'd like to talk to you about this. This is the EKSA W1 gaming headset. Well, at least that's the box. So first, let me tell you what you get in the box. First things obviously is an instruction manual, which is easy to read and understand. You do get a USB cable. It's USB Type-C on one side, USB Type-A on the other. You do get this, which is a bar that I will explain to you in a moment. You get the main unit. And basically, well, let me just get into it now. This is the back side of the unit. That's the front with all the ports. And as you can tell on here, there's 4 little holes. So you were to put this on here and it sits nice and flush. And you see the little holes in the bar here? Well, they give you some screws. You get 4. You get more than 4 screws. I think it's a total of 6, so in case you lose one. And they even give you a small little Phillips head screwdriver so you can mount the bar onto the main unit. Now, for purposes of this video, I'm not going to attach the stand itself, the headphone stand. Only because I got to transport it to and from work and I don't want to have to put it together, then take it apart to transport it back home. Kind of lazy that way. Okay, so this is the unit itself. Let's take a look around it. Obviously on top, I already told you what the 4 holes are for. That's for the screws to put the headphone stand itself on the unit. You get a USB port here. And a USB port on the front. Now these 2 USB ports are USB 2.0. Now next to them you see these 3 little ports. You get this one here, they're all 3.5 millimeter. This one here that my finger is just under is for a headset that has TRRS connections, meaning this one here. And that's the one with the 3 different lines on it, as you can see right there. The 3 little black lines. The next 2 ports is, one for the microphone, one for the headphone. Now, that's for something like this. This is a splitter, which takes the TRRS down to a TRS. See the 2 different black lines on here? That's what this is for, so you can plug them in individually if you want. So away you go. Also good for this one here is if you have like a lapel microphone like I'm using here, that's just strictly a TRS, meaning the one with the 2 little black lines, you can just plug it straight in there and you can talk. Now, of course, they got the EKSA branding. On the back is the USB Type-C port, which powers the unit. And right here, that kind of looks a little bit like a fingerprint if this webcam will freaking focus. There you go. That's to control the RGB lights. Now, let me plug it in so you can kind of see what it does. It does have RGB lighting. That's this white translucent part on the bottom. And there you go. Well, hold on a second. I'll be right back. Let me shut the store lights off so you can get a better look. I'll be right back. Okay. I mean, it's not the best way I can do it because there's still light coming in from the front doors here. But you can touch where those fingerprints are. It's a touch capacitive type of a button. And you can cycle through a couple different modes here. There is one that kind of cycles through all of the colors as you're seeing now, or you can leave it static or just strictly on one color. And then you can just shut it off, just like that. So it's up to you. I mean, it's a nice little mood light thing for you gamers out there. And so yeah, it depends upon what you like. Hold on, let me turn the lights back on. I'll be right back. Okay, so you've seen the RGB lights in action. So let me tell you a little bit more about this. Like I said, it is a touch control, and it is that little circular thing that kind of looks like a fingerprint. Now in here, it does have 7.1 surround sound. And pretty much that's it for all the basic tech specs, if you will, on it. The other thing I wanted to make mention is the power rating of this is 0.25 watts, so a quarter of a watt. Now that's kind of important to keep in your mind because I'm about to get back to that in just a moment. So yeah, let me show you this in action. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this gaming headset, yes, the Fenrir's, into here so you can hear what the microphone performance is going to be like. And to keep the video kind of short, I'm just using the TRRS port, which means the one with the 3 little black lines. I'm just going to use that. I'm not going to go through every single port, plug in a headset and let you hear it, because that'll just take way too long and I ramble on enough as it is. So without further ado, here's the test video. Okay, so right now you are actually hearing audio coming from the EKSA gaming headset stand. And to prove it to you, I'm going to take the webcam off and show you that I got it connected. So sorry about all the shakiness here. And there it is. It's actually hooked up to the laptop. Yes, I don't have the bar hooked up. And yes, here's my ugly mug, and yes, I got the gaming headset on. Now, for this demonstration, I have, ooh, that's a little dark. Let me brighten that up a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so right now I am just strictly using the TRRS port, you know, the one single port that's for headphones like these. I'm not going to plug in the little splitter for it, for this headphone, or put it into the USB, because chances are this is the port you're going to use anyway. You can play around with it all you want when you get it for yourself. So hopefully this was a good audio test for you for the EKSA W1 gaming headset stand. Okay, so you heard pretty much all the specs that I know of on this thing. And you heard me plug in the gaming headset into it, and you actually heard the microphone on how this thing performs. So let's get delve a little bit deeper into the 7.1 surround sound. Now the reason why I picked these Fenrir's here is because it's strictly a stereo headset, meaning there's no 7.1 surround sound in that gaming headset. And when I plugged it into this, wow, did that change. The 7.1 surround sound that's built into this EKSA stand works beautifully. Now, I did test other gaming headsets and just regular headphone sets and even some wired earbuds into here. Of course, it's depending upon the headset that you use, the sound may differ from device to headset to headset to headset, okay? And that it's very apparent when you do that. Some headsets that I used, like the Edifier G2, the 7.1 surround sound worked beautifully, but it seemed like in that gaming headset, it thinned out the overall mix, if you will, the overall sound performance a little bit. It thinned it out a little bit. Not a whole lot, but a little. When I used the Fifine gaming headset, they sounded beautiful. Didn't have a problem with it at all. When I used the Fenrir's, wow, it changed it totally from a stereo sound to the 7.1 surround sound that's built in. So yes, please be aware that the type of headset that you use in this, that you may not, there might be a difference in sound from headset to headset to headset, okay? The other thing that I did, oh, by the way, if you want to enhance the 7.1 surround sound that's built in already, EKSA does have an app you can download to help enhance the sound even better. And yes, it works really, really well. If I remember, I'll leave that link to the download down below in the description so you can download it. So yes, me personally, I don't mind hearing the 7.1 surround sound right out of the box. But if you wanted it a little bit more enhanced, definitely download that app from EKSA, okay? Now, the one thing I noticed about this, I don't know what to call it, an amplifier or a DAC, I don't know. Some headsets, not all, some, it tended to quiet down or lower the volume a little bit. It was a little bit quiet. Basically, like if I had my volume on my computer to 40, it sounded like this went down to like maybe like a 36. You know, it lowered a little bit, so I had to up the volume slightly on some headsets. Not all, some of the headsets. So you may experience that. If EKSA wants to make this even better, I would recommend that not only do you have a touch control here, maybe on the other side have a touch control for a mute function in case your headset doesn't have it, or if your headset has that annoying click. You know, when you mute on some headphones, you can hear it muting on and off. Maybe if EKSA would have a little touch control for a mute somewhere on here, maybe even on the front on one of these, that would be really, really cool. The other thing is put a little bit of a power amp in this. I mean, this uses 0.25 watts, a quarter of a watt. I'm not asking for a whole lot. Just put in maybe 1 or 2 watt power amp into this and have maybe either like a touch control for up and down on the volume, just to help compensate for some headsets that this tends to lower the volume down. Instead of me having to physically turn up on the laptop, I can use a power amp inside here to turn up the volume instead of messing with my computer. That would be a lot better. That would really truly make this thing shine. Now, there it is. And you just simply put it on there, because I know some of you are going to probably complain, whoa, you don't have it on there. How can we see what it looks like? Well, there you go. There it is. See? There's the gaming headset on top of the W1 gaming headset stand. And like I said, it's real easy. I mean, other thing I would suggest is if you plan on putting this together and never taking this off, I would probably suggest, just to help make it a little bit more stable, put a little bit of double-sided sticky tape on either side of this USB port, just to help keep it in place, because screws can come loose over time. You putting the headsets on it may loosen up the screws. So if you put a little bit of double-sided sticky tape on there, that would be fine too. Maybe even a little bit of glue. No, nothing like Gorilla Glue. Maybe just like regular old, you know, the white school glue we all had back in grade school, just to help keep it a little bit more stable throughout the years of you using this. That way it might help keep it a little bit more stable. And just in case the screws do come loose, this will be held in place with either the double-sided sticky tape, not the foam tape, the real thin stuff, okay? Or put like a little drop of glue, not a whole lot, just a drop or two of glue on there. That will help keep it in place in case the screws do come loose, or if maybe you happen to lose some of the screws, you can do it that way as well. So what do I think of the EKSA W1 headset stand? Well, I like it. It improved the sound a lot. It just didn't improve the sound of my gaming. I used this to listen to YouTube videos, watched a few movies, things of that nature, even listening to music. It's a trip listening to music through this thing, and I would highly recommend that you do it. It is really, really cool in how it works. I like it, and for the price you pay for this thing, it's definitely worth every penny. Now, of course, it's not going to sound like the really expensive 7.1 surround sound DACs or amplifiers, whatever you want to call it, but I actually think it's worth every single penny. So this is the EKSA W1 RGB gaming headset stand, and I highly recommend you get it. And until the next video, well, wait a minute. If you happen to like this video, please give it that thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. What do you got to lose? It's free. You can always delete me later if you want, but just hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below as well, okay? It would really help me out a lot if you were to share this video and maybe a few more of my others on all of your social media. And until the next video, you, your friends, your family, and yes, even all of your pets, you all have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.